ambitions or ideas.
When they told us they were going to go to a fire dispatch procedure based on similar protocol, we a little bit of, like I said, a little bit of trepidation at first. But to be honest, I don't believe there was any realization in the field as to when it took place. And if anything, we just, realized that, hey, we're actually getting a little more information now than we might have otherwise.
Like with any new technology, with any new protocol, there's always sort of a honeymoon period. But we can see in the efficiency of the way they handle the call for service. We can see by the reduction of unnecessary radio traffic. We can see by the general response to calls for service that the protocols seem to be working. We are getting the information out, we are getting the information out quickly, and we are getting the information to the people who need the information immediately.
Some of the initial issues was the lack of information that we were receiving from an officer safety standpoint. We kind of wanted to receive information of any weapons involved, more or a better description of suspects involved, or the victims or the complainants or whoever was giving us a call. With the questions protocol in place, they have significantly noticed that they are definitely receiving a lot more information that's very pertinent, relevant, and sufficient to letting us know what's going on to help better prepare us for when we respond to a situation.
I really think that the most rewarding thing for us was just that confirmation of, okay, we really are doing this right. We're following the protocol correctly. We have good procedures. Then you're like, I feel much more comfortable now knowing that,
What we need to do is ensure that we are providing the highest quality of service we can to the public. When you think about 911 centers, the public doesn't have a choice, in terms of who they call. They have to call the 911 center responsible for that area. So it's incumbent upon us to ensure that when we receive that call, we're doing the very best with it that we possibly can. And we want to ensure that not only do we do the right thing with that first call, but we do the right thing with the second, third, fourth, fifth, and all the calls that come in. So we have to be very consistent.
Oh, I think it's amazing, especially the second center in the world and the first center in the entire United States. It's great.
And frankly, I think it's quite amazing that Harford County was highlighted to receive this award.
I think what it means to me, and what I hope it means to all of our dispatchers, I like to believe that I'm a cheerleader for the great job that they do. We have great dispatchers. They come to work every day and they do their absolute best for our field providers and for our citizens, and they're courteous and professional. And it's great for me to tell them that every day, how proud they should be. I go to other centers and I see how nice our center is and how good, our people are. For an outside agency to actually listen to our dispatchers and review our numbers and look at our procedures to say, yes, you are above average, you are an excellent center. I think that outside validation is the most important thing.
I think the reason that I would give you the biggest benefit that we've seen is it gave our people ownership. They know that we're only going to be as good as they use this system, as they implement it, that they understand it, that they train well on it, and that they use it properly.
You just had to remain focused. Like when we looked at the book even, sometimes that looked, when we looked at the 20 points of accreditation, that looked a little overwhelming, till we actually broke it down and said, okay, point 1, what do we need to do to get this done? And we can do it. Then point 2. So looking at it as a whole, it was like, wow, we're going to be able to do this. But then when we broke it down point by point, it was a lot easier. I think it says that we're great. I mean, a lot of us work and live here, and people can have that comfort and know when they call 911 in Harford County, they're going to get the same level of service, which is going to be a very high level of service, no matter what time of the day, no matter where they're calling from, and it's just a great feeling.
The leadership team is like a great hockey coach. They saw the championship way before we did. And so we had to have purpose, values, and vision and they had that vision to get to being the very best. The coach or the leadership team brought us the tools, gave us the education, gave us the plays, and then everybody became the champion.
Why would you just do one really well and the rest, not worry about it? It didn't make sense to us, and it's not about us, it's about who we serve. So 100% on every call, that's our goal. And if I'm calling in and I have a choking child, I don't want someone giving me an 80% call.
I took the phone call from Carlin, who was screaming on the other end of the phone, which was really, really exciting. And I guess the first thing that I really reflected on was, like, I was just so incredibly proud of my staff and what they had done. They just cheered. I mean, they were just so thrilled that we had accomplished that. So it was a really fun day, really fun day. The next thing that I sort of thought about was, I just reflected on the things that had to change in our department in order to reach what we did, and we've really changed a lot of things in 911 in the last 10 years. And so I guess my thoughts sort of went to all of those things, you know, the attitudes that needed to change, and the fact that we had a goal. You know, we really never had any goals before in 911, we just did what we did. So I think I thought a lot about all of that and where we'd come from.